Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Day number 2, the Southwest Regional, here at the George W. Bush Leadership Training Center in Waco, Texas. Texas West, the All-Stars from Greater Helotes Little League, coming off a win in day number 1. Oklahoma, the All-Stars from Tulsa National that won it all a season ago, are back, and they are about to play in their first game in this year's Southwest Regional. Our late game features Texas East from Industrial Little League in Inez, Texas, going up against the All-Stars from Carlsbad, New Mexico. That is our first elimination game this year in Waco. With Nicole Mendez, I'm Loa Galindo. Hello and welcome back to the Southwest Regional. We are getting set for a matchup that feels like a preview potentially of the championship game. Why? Because we have two of the most dominant arms that we have seen in quite some time in the circle. Harmony White was the story a year ago. Avery Cox, though, for Texas West, the story from yesterday with 13 strikeouts, no walks.
Man, talk about a newcomer on the scene. What she was able to do yesterday is make a statement, and that's what you need to do in this regional. Like you mentioned, 13 strikeouts. She's also blowing it past in the mid-60s. But not only can she pitch, talk about a utility player. This pitcher, she can hit too. Hit a home run in the opening day of this regional. And then on the flip side, you have Avery Cox, who is going to get the start today. So being able to be that person who is dominant in the circle and hopefully carrying them all the way through and represent Texas well.
One hit, that's all Avery Cox allowed a day ago in the opener against Texas East. Now for Oklahoma, we know a lot about this team. 11 players on this squad, 9 of them returned from a season ago in which Oklahoma won this regional, then finished third in Greenville at the Little League Softball World Series. The star of that team was the ace in the circle, Harmony White. What does she do to follow up a dynamic run through this bracket last year?
Man, I love all this pitcher talk, but Harmony White also is somebody who is a workhorse and an ace for the staff. She pitched every single inning except for one, not just in regionals, but all the way through the Little League World Series where they fell. They ended up taking it third. So for her, it's all about remembering to stay present and stay focused. She's somebody that celebrates every moment, so I don't think she'll have any problem doing that.
Harmony White, the name to know, pitched all but one inning for Tulsa National in the Southwest Regional a year ago, and then 5 starts in the Little League Softball World Series, a .62 ERA. And it is strength on strength because leading off for Texas West, Avery Cox, the starting pitcher, their ace, the young lady that broke the game open yesterday with an Oppo Taco solo home run for the first run of the game in the 4th inning. White, a year older, stronger as well. The velo has ticked up, as you would expect with a year of maturation.
That's the fun part about watching these players who start, they mature, they grow. Somebody who's grown as well for, whenever you look at Helotes, Jackie Rubio, she's in the 2-hole.
Gets that in on the hands, and it's a pop-up into the mid of Palmer Minor. Oklahoma's fired up. It's out number 1, but they are ready to compete here in Waco yet again.
I think it's safe to say Oklahoma traveled well also here in that crowd. I mean, this is the early morning game, and then there's the celebration that we've been waiting for.
So Oklahoma from Tulsa National Little League. Most of these players are from Broken Arrow, a suburb in the Tulsa area. Greater Helotes Little League, the north side of San Antonio. So its own community, but very much part of the greater San Antonio area. And they have a rich tradition as well. 2016, Greater Helotes sent the team to the Little League Softball World Series and won it all. That's blown by Jackie Rubio, the starting catcher for Helotes. Wants to be an FBI agent one day.
See Jackie Rubio just trying to take a deep breath and reset herself. Avery Cox might have speed, but they haven't seen this kind of speed themselves. The big strikeout right there. We've been waiting for that.
Why is that elevated fastball so difficult to handle?
I think White, over the past year, she had that elevated fastball, but she talked with her coaches, and over the past year, she's really worked on making that fastball into a rise ball. So you'll actually see that true backspin. You'll see that jump at the last minute. As a hitter, it looks like it's coming right below your letters, and then last minute, it jumps right up to the shoulders.
So now if you're Emily Trevino hitting in the 3 spot, what are you looking for in terms of a pitch to do something with?
As a hitter, it's always so easy to be fooled by what your eyes are telling you. You have to remind yourself of what you're looking for. So whenever you go in, I would be looking for something that's going to be on that inner half. Now, White is known for having a lot of velocity and speed. That is no secret if you watched her at all in the Little League World Series last year. So knowing that, you know she's going to throw to her strength and try to make you feel overwhelmed by her speed. So I'm going to cheat really early, and I'm hoping to blast something down that line.
Well, it was pitching that was certainly the story for Oklahoma last season, because they did not hit well. Actually drew more walks than they had hits, but with White, it was pretty much unhittable. 3-0 to Trevino. And a take all the way, and it's 3-1. White pitched all but 1 inning for Tulsa National last season. The only inning she did not pitch was game number 1, which went to extra innings, and that put her manager, Jonathan Arias, in the situation where he would have to decide, do I try to win this game in extra innings and burn White for the next day, or do we pull White so regardless of what happens, we have her in game number 2. They pulled her. It was a smart decision. Even though Oklahoma lost that first game, they were able to have White for the duration of the tournament, and she made pitches like that. Cameron Helton records the out 3 up, 3 down. Harmony White, she's back. Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. No score between Texas West and Oklahoma as we go to the bottom of the first. Lowell Galindo here with Nicole Mendez, former national champ for the OU Sooners. And the Oklahoma Bats getting ready to go. It's an 11-person lineup, continuous order here in Little League play, meaning that every player on the roster has to hit. Free substitutions defensively. And for Oklahoma, smallest roster here, 11 players, so they are batting 11. 9 players returned from a year ago. Briley Thomas is one of the newcomers, and she's obviously well thought of because the newcomer was voted by her teammates as the most likely to go pro. That's a good offseason pickup if you're Oklahoma.
Yeah, definitely somebody that you want in your lineup. I'm a little partial. I've seen her before. I actually used to coach her whenever I was playing softball at Oklahoma. So I love that connection. It's good to see her growing and thriving. She's definitely maybe about 2 or 3 feet taller than last time I saw her.
And going up against the power arm and Avery Cox coming off the 13 strikeout, no walk performance. And the 2-0 win in game number 1 for the All-Stars formed Greater Helotes Little League a day ago. So what kind of swing are we going to see with Briley Thomas? What did you guys work on back in the day?
Yeah, I got a good pitching scout for y'all. But I would say with Thomas, you're going to see the lefty. She's able to go with her swing. You just saw her swing away, but also a slap. I feel like that's something we've seen a lot already. Just in day one is a good mix of swinging but slapping as well. Being able to go to that short game, I think it makes all the difference in the world as a hitter. It throws off defenses.
Balls in play is going to be a big factor for Oklahoma. Cox shoving between 63 and 65 from 40 feet away. That's 3 feet closer than on the college level. Plate discipline by Briley Thomas, and it's 2-2.
Maybe Cox, 13 strikeouts yesterday. Going to be a little bit tougher today. This Oklahoma offense, they have a lot of power, but the good thing about her is she is able to go to multiple different levels.
This is aired to the left side and caught in left field as Leah Montemayor makes the catch for the first out. Both these teams and the supporters making some noise. Love it.
That's just a great example of that high fastball that she's able to go to. She has a really good curveball. She'll go to that frequently, but then whenever a hitter's eyes get too used to it, she's gonna go, you know what, I'm gonna raise it up a bit, see if I can't get them to chase. She gets the leadoff out right there.
This is a tough out. Tatum Frisbee, who was a star last season defensively at third base, a year older. She has shot up and is now 5'9". Her manager, Jonathan Arias, said that was one of those moments that you just have to take a deep breath and acknowledge it was just a matter of time before one of your star players becomes taller than you are.
He said he actually actively avoids her whenever they take pictures. He's like, oh, you're over there. I'm going to go on the other side.
Tatum wants to go back to back. She wants to prove a point. And this is popped up to shortstop and out of the glove of Lindley Reen. And so Frisbee is going to be aboard via the air. That one was a mile high. And that's her dad, assistant coach Nathan Frisbee, who is a high school baseball coach in Oklahoma. And you get to first base, you get a gummy.
Hey, that's motivation if I've ever heard of some. If I want a gummy, I gotta get on base. Sometimes those high fly balls, those are the hardest ones to catch, especially early in the day like this, the sun right in your eyes.
And here is Riley Whited, who packs a punch, 13 years old, 4'11". It is all power. We talked about her being a competitive power lifter a year ago. Nickname Pinky.
Pinky doesn't play whenever it comes to lifting weights, and that translates into a powerful bat. Coach was saying sometimes teams see her size and they're like, all right, we can scooch up a little bit, but she has a lot of power. She packs a punch whenever she swings.
Moves well. Starting shortstop for this Oklahoma team. Trying to make something of Frisbee now over on first base. Outstanding plate discipline by this Oklahoma team. The batting average was not good a season ago. Hit 162 as a team here in the Southwest Regional, yet drew 21 walks. That's missiled out of play on the right side.
I think it's just a fact of being able to be tough with 2 strikes. We have seen Avery Cox get to 2 strikes every single batter, and yet we haven't seen a single strikeout, something that we did not see yesterday. She had at least 2 strikeouts every single inning.
Off speed, runner takes off, second base, and Frisbee is in safely. Runner in scoring position now.
Another thing that we saw yesterday that is going to be key, not just today's game, but all throughout this regional, is aggressive and smart base running. That always plays an upper hand.
And what a fight here from Whited.
Ricochets off the camera roof.
Well covered with the heat here in Waco. Relatively pleasant, though, today and yesterday. It's just going to get hotter, though, as we get into next week. Summertime in Texas. 2-2 from Avery Cox. Oh, looking for the spot. The does not get the call, and the count runs full. (3-2) to Riley Whited. Jackie Rubio looking to the dugout. You get the sign. And Whited, right side, foul territory, long run, and the catch is made by Esmeralda Cuevas. And Frisbee stays at second base, 2 down.
It's a great job by Avery Cox, a hitter that doesn't want to go away, fouls off ball after ball after ball, and you're going, man, I have 3-2, I have nowhere to put this one, and she's just continuing to pound the zone. She had over 75% of her pitches yesterday. They were strikes, so she's somebody that knows how to go throughout the zone and get rid of those pesky hitters. It's a good job drawing that fly ball.
Hitting in the 4th spot is the manager's daughter, Hannah Layla Arias. She was the top hitter for Oklahoma last season in the regional, hitting .307, had a triple. And you saw from her bio, soccer fan as well. There's dad, Jonathan Arias. Played his Little League ball at North Miami Little League. Also was a JUCO baseball player before an injury cut his career short. Has done a fantastic job with his daughter, especially inside the box, and this whole Oklahoma team, making them the most feared team that has arrived here in Waco. 3-0 to Arias. And that's a walk. So 2 on now, 2 outs. And here comes the ace, Harmony White, trying to help herself.
Well, I love the fact that we are getting to see all of these pitchers have an opportunity, all of these players have an opportunity to contribute. Right now, all she needs is something through the infield, and potentially that could score the first run for Oklahoma.
And that is low and away. White did not pull the trigger, but a called strike, and it's 0-1. White does have some serious pop, has hit 3 home runs this season. Only home run in day number 1 was off the bat of the pitcher, Avery Cox. We had 1 home run all of last season in this Southwest Regional. It was an inside the park home run. So, I mean, deep fences for this age, about 200 feet. And fouled out of play.
Again, just tough batters. They're not going to swing at things that aren't in the strike zone. They're patient. Oklahoma, that was something that they felt, man, we fell short. We got 3rd last year. Where can we improve? And like you said, they look to their hitting.
So from outside back in, the throwback to second base to check on Frisbee, not in time. These hitters are doing a fantastic job. It just seems like using that right side of the field, foul territory, to give them another pitch to work with. 2-2. Low, and Cox handles it and makes the play. So Texas West able to work around that error as Oklahoma strands 2. No score after 1. The Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Tremendous history with teams here at Southwest Regional, winning the region and then going to make noise at the Little League Softball World Series. Oklahoma certainly did that a year ago. And all these teams have advanced to regional play by winning their state tournaments. Tulsa National out of Oklahoma. You're going to see Carlsbad Little League come back to play. The only team that crosses a time zone to get here to Waco, Texas. We'll see them in our second game. And Kennert, Louisiana, that is the all-star squad from East Bank, who looked very good at creating havoc on the bases in their opening game in that win against New Mexico yesterday. And Palmer Minor is going to walk over to the dugout now.
Mello, where's yours? In your bag? Why do you have it in the bag?
And had to get the correct wristband.
You know, it's a rite of passage, I feel like, for every softball player. You get the wrong card out, and you're like, wait, but there's anybody that you don't want to be mixed up, it is your catcher. Wait, I thought that was supposed to be a changeup.
And let's keep in mind, we are dealing with children here.
Oh, I was in college and I did that, so I'm just putting that one out there.
That's awesome.
Coach Gasso would not like me to admit that, but.
It's out there now. This is Kennedy White, who was one of the stars with the bats for Greater Helotes Little League in game number 1 a day ago, a 2 for 2. 7-hit performance in the 2-0 win for Greater Helotes Little League. The breakthrough inning was the 4th. Avery Cox had the solo home run, and Texas West was able to add another. There's so much joy that Harmony White plays with. She's smiling, she's in control. Time of her life, love to see it. To short, and Whited makes the play. Ball gets out quick with this athletic infield.
Nice hands, nice handshake, nice hair. Look good, feel good, play good. That is the 3 keys to being a really good softball player.
Oh, and the Heisman?
Oh my God.
What?
I'm loving all these handshakes. We got it going on.
The difference, though, that a year makes, not just the physical maturity, but these players look now so much more comfortable for Oklahoma. And I go back to what Jonathan Arias, the manager, told us before last season's run. Before even playing a game, he told us he just wanted to make some noise with this group to set up a run in 2026. They ended up winning the whole thing, going to Greenville, and now this is a team that really has the vibe that they know they're really good in the team to beat.
All right, now they need to get through Texas West. Offensively, they put up some good numbers to get here, to win their state.
And there's mom and daughter. Allison Briseno, Texas West manager. Her girl, Bailey Briseno, in the box. Allison, former varsity softball coach in San Antonio. Also in the Athletics Hall of Fame at University of Incarnate Word, also in San Antonio. Swing and a miss, and Harmony White comes up with strikeout number 2.
Really good pitch by White as a slapper. Whenever you're running through the box, sometimes it's hard to hit that outer half of the corner. Does a good job just letting that pitch tail away from the hitter. Makes it hard for that barrel to reach, especially because most of the time whenever you're a slapper, you choke up. That's a great read by White. And to your point earlier, you said White plays with a lot of joy. You can see the passion and just how much fun she is having. That's something that we talked about with Texas West as well yesterday, is they're just a team that likes to have fun and they enjoy each other. I don't care if you are starting off in T-ball, whether you're here trying to get to the Little League World Series or you're playing professional softball for AUSL. Teams that enjoy each other and have fun, they are so much fun to watch, and most of the time they're pretty good too.
stay loose, have fun. Good things typically happen. But this is a different stage for most of these girls. Oklahoma has been here. But you get to a stage like this, and I imagine if there's any nerves, are heightened because you look around, there's more people, there's the cameras, there's us broadcasting the games. It's a little different, Nicole.
Well, it's the teams that, you know, have the most fun, that you feel that pressure, but you fall back on having that fun and having those teammates. And I just think that's why those teams tend to make it through.
This is Esmeralda Cuevas. That is down, and it's 3-1. Cuevas drew a walk yesterday in the Texas West win. "13 years old, from Folks Middle School." And it's 3-2.
Right now, she's trying to be tough with 2 strikes. And with a pitcher like White and the velocity that she has, big swing in a full count, you're going to have to shorten it up just a little bit.
And that is another strikeout back-to-back for Harmony White. Locked in. She's faced 6 batters. She's retired 6 batters. Want to see some girls with game? Tune in to an exciting summer of softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league and more. The corn is out in the Greater Helotes Little League dugout. After all, Helotes got its name from the Spanish word elote, which means corn, and it's a big part of the culture in Helotes, Texas. The cheer is roll corn. Hey, roll tide, it's roll corn. They even have the Carnival every year to celebrate what that agricultural crop means to the community. For a long time, it was a small town, but if you know San Antonio, over time, the city has grown into Helotes and caught up with it, but still tries to keep some of that small town vibe, which we appreciate. Here's Palmer Minor. Elevated from Avery Cox, and it's 1-1.
For Minor, you saw her fun fact was she can speak in sign language. Wonder if she teaches any of her other teammates some signs so they can communicate across the field. Hey,
like it?
That way no one knows what's going on and you can openly communicate. Forget about those wristbands. You can just sign it.
One of the stars offensively for Oklahoma last season. Led this Tulsa National squad with 4 RBIs in the Southwest Regional. 3 of them in the championship game against Sterlington, Louisiana, a team that beat Oklahoma in the opening game last year. It's a rare feat, as Oklahoma became just the 4th team ever to lose its opening game and end up winning the Southwest region. That's what Texas East and New Mexico are trying to overcome. Full count. 30 pitches in for Avery Cox. No pitch limit on Little League softball. It's all based off innings pitched. If you go into a 7th inning pitch, meaning just one pitch, you have to skip the next day in the circle. And that often comes into play if a game goes into extra innings. That's where the manager has to make that decision.
A lot of times whenever you look at the pitching staffs of these 5 teams here, you'll have somebody who is accurate and has that high velocity. You'll have somebody who's crafty and spinny. So all is about that gameplay and that timing. Who are you facing? Does a matchup fit? Right now, these 2 pitchers, Harmony White and Avery Cox, this is a matchup that we're expecting to see pretty much the entire regional if they're able to stay underneath that 7-inning limit.
And this stuff at this age, you do not see a lot of pitchers like Cox and White. So certainly tough to replicate. Where some of these other pitchers that don't quite have the velo, usually more along the lines of what some of these players will see in league play. So basically, if you can shove 65 miles per hour like Avery Cox, you should be in the circle.
And they're doing this from 40 feet. I mean, that distance, that reaction time, you're taking 3 feet off. Avery Cox, our favorite player, is Jordy Fromm. She's basically pitching reaction time, almost at same speed.
9-pitch at bat leads to a walk, the second walk issued by Avery Cox. So 5 teams, double elimination format, 6-inning games. The base paths are the same as in college and pro softball at 60 feet. Pitching distance 3 feet closer. And all rostered players bat in a continuous order. So Oklahoma, 11 players. And then Texas West, the largest roster here with 13 players, and they all bat. Cameron Helton tries to put this one down the line. Her older sister, Cheney Helton, plays for the Oklahoma Sooners. She was on hand last season, at least. Not sure if she'll make the trip this year. Her favorite celebrity is Patty Gasso, Big Sister's coach. Your coach at OU as well, and one of the legends of the sport.
Legends of the sport, and she probably has gotten to meet it just because coaches around her sister all the time.
And probably keeping her eye on the development of younger sister. A nice layout there. Love the effort from Kennedy White.
I was about to say, just the all-out effort. Anything goes whenever your pitcher is putting on a masterclass, absolutely dealing. Look at her, completely laying out, almost gets to it.
Yeah. Tough with that spin off the bat as well. 0-2 for Cameron Helton, who was one of the youngest players in this regional a year ago. That's down. Minor stays put at first base. Played a fantastic defensive second base, did Helton a season ago. And is not shy. Talked to the players from Oklahoma last year in this regional. Despite the fact she was the youngest on the team, she was certainly the most talkative.
Somewhere, mom's listening along going, oh yeah, that's my daughter.
Yep. 2-2 count from Avery Cox to Cameron Helton. And that's a drop, third strike. Batter is out because first base was occupied, but Minor is still able to move up to second base.
Really good pitch on that outside corner to get her first strikeout of the game.
Yeah. So Little League Softball Regionals continue with the debut of Little League Around the Bases, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Live coverage Sunday and Monday of every region from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. Such a great event. I mean, it is softball in its purest form. And these girls can play. So Jaylee Littlejohn looks at strike one.
Really fun just going to dinner after our games because we had the early slate, and I look up and I see on TV more Little League games. I go on Instagram and I'm seeing it all over my feed. It is everywhere, and it is so fun to watch.
Big cut by Jaylee Littlejohn. Coaches say she is strong as an ox. Back to back, and there's the sword from Avery Cox. Did that 13 times a day ago. Second strikeout now.
Avery Cox showing off the rise ball, showing off her signature style. I think it's safe to say she's a little bit more settled in here in the second inning, getting more of those swings and misses that she's so familiar with.
Now she has to face Brecken Boyle, one of the two newcomers for this Oklahoma team. As Avery Cox tries to settle herself down a little bit. Sister's in center field, younger sister Bailey Cox. And you see the note about Brecken Boyle. She is a wrestler, former national champion wrestler that has made the rest, well, not the entire rest of the team, but most of the rest of the team start getting into wrestling, which is offered in the district that most of these girls go to school in. And here she is in the singlet, flexing. Oh, and that's actually our stats guy, Andy Choplin, went one-on-one and got body slammed. That was not him. Want to do that to you, Chop. But Brecken Boyle, a force to be reckoned with. National champ wrestler, 3-0. Now the one player that's not getting into wrestling is Hina Layla Arias, and she told her dad,
she said, it's not for me.
Want any part of that.
I am good. She saw that picture and she said, actually, I think I'm good.
Don't blame her.
Well, I think also it is so cool to see these girls out here who are just playing in so many different sports. But yeah. Brecken really is a dominant two-sport athlete. Really good at softball, really good at wrestling.
And that gets away. Minor to third base. And it's first and third, 2 outs. And a gummy.
Gotta have that. Coach just giving her a little bit of timing. That's something that I think both of these teams are very comfortable on the defensive side. They see their pitchers absolutely dominating because of their high velo, because they have spin and movement. But whenever it comes to them in the box, neither one of these teams have faced an opponent that throws that hard. So this is the first time for both of them. And that's something that they've been struggling to adjust on both sides of the ball is, can we be early on a pitcher who is throwing absolute gas?
Well, Nathan Frisbee over there at first base knows what he's talking about. Varsity baseball coach at Hilldale High School. Here is Bella Hood. Her mom, Chrissy, is an assistant coach and also assistant softball coach at Broken Arrow High School. So this staff is well thought of in the coaching circle. They've got the experience. Hood trying to get Oklahoma on the board. They have drawn 3 walks, have yet to record a hit. But this was the winning recipe for Oklahoma a year ago when they did not hit well, but just made every pitch a fight for the opposition.
They're really making Avery Cox work, not just to get outs, but every single at-bat. She's going deep into counts. A little bit of a throwback right there. I think we've also seen Oklahoma very aggressive with their leadoffs, and Jackie Rubio not wanting that runner at third to get too far off. Looks like it ricocheted, but no damage done. Runner stay.
Rubio is a first-year catcher, That's a big swing and a miss, and a huge pitch coming up for Avery Cox and Greater Helotes Little League.
Mentioned that runner at third staying, but that runner at first actually got to advance to second. So with that, fouling off, paddling, if you're able to find a way to put that ball in play, get it through the infield. Oklahoma, they're threatening with 2 runners on base here.
Runs will be tough to come by with 2 aces, the 2 top pitchers here in Waco going head to head. And that is a walk. Bases loaded now with 2 outs. The 4th walk drawn by the Oklahoma lineup. Still no hits.
Putting a lot of pressure on Avery Cox. They are not giving in to those pitches that are out of the zone. Avery Cox, a pitcher who threw over 75% of her pitches yesterday for strikes. Now just in this inning, 3 walks to load up the bases.
Cox 56 pitches in. She threw 76 pitches in that dominant performance yesterday. Nibbling and gets the strike call against the number 11 hitter, Macy Metcalf. 13 years old, and like me, huge fan of Stranger Things. I cried in the season finale. 0-2.
Strong enough to admit it.
Oh, 2 from Avery Cox, trying to leave the bases loaded. And that gets away. Runner comes home and scores. Minor makes it 1-0, Oklahoma. And the second run will be cut down at the plate as Boyle was tagged out to end the inning. But it is 1-0 Oklahoma on the wild pitch and an enormous run for this Little League All-Star squad.
This is a ball that's supposed to be out of the zone, scores a run. This is a great job over at third base. Tarantino throwing it to Cox to be able to get that throw and tag out at home.
Welcome back to Waco, Texas. Oklahoma has just taken the lead 1-0 as we go to the top of the third. And that is Brecken Boyle, one of the newcomers for this Oklahoma team. This is a hydration break for the players right now, but we saw Boyle when she was tagged out at home plate. Unfortunately, hit her head as that play was made at the plate. So just checking to make sure everything is okay with Brecken. We know she is tough. national champion wrestler. But obviously a fall like that never feels good, and player safety is paramount on this level and every level for that matter.
Looks like her foot just slipped just a little bit. She wasn't able to fully get into that slide, and that head got banged up whenever she fell back onto it. But glad to see her up and moving around. She was able to get up on her own, and obviously, as we just saw, just moving around pretty good.
So she's not in right field. Jaylee Littlejohn goes back to right. We saw a switch last inning where it went from Littlejohn to Boyle. And with these free defensive substitutions, you're allowed to mix and match as much as you would like at all positions. But going back to that sequence we just saw, Nicole, it was an 0-2 count with the bases loaded. Avery Cox almost got out of it unscathed, yet that wild pitch leads to the run, which is huge with the way Harmony White is typically pitching.
Yeah, and again, it is how Oklahoma has operated last year, how they've operated this year. Just being able to be patient at the plate. 3 walks drawn. With none of those walks on, a wild pitch doesn't really do much, but whenever you have 3 base runners on because of walks, that's where they have been able to score a lot of their runs and see all of their production come through.
Let me correct myself. In right field, it's Macy Metcalf. As first pitch swinging, it's Aubrey Montez lacing it to center field. Pay attention for the throwback. And Aubrey is now 3 for 3 in this regional. Dad likes it.
It's a great job keeping that barrel nice and level, especially with a pitcher that has a lot of speed. You don't need to overswing. Off of White, she does a good job of just finding a way to get that barrel out in front and lets the power take it from there, sends it out into the outfield. Really nice line drive.
It's her dad, Jesse, super fan. He's got the luchador mask on and is usually the loudest, certainly the best dressed father that's in the stands.
By far, he's got the chain, he's got the flag, the sweatbands, can't forget about those. I love that. And sometimes people go, oh my gosh, who is that guy? They go up to him, they're like, what is going on? What is this? And it's such a great way, but he's really the one that gets that energy and momentum going for Texas West and being able to get them fired up, which right now, that's what they want, is to get that leadoff hit and get that run around.
If I'm another dad in the stands, I'm going, wait a second. His girl is 3 for 3 in this regional. Maybe I need a luchador mask. Great play by White. Throwback to first is not in time as Montez gets back.
I like the idea here from Texas West going after the bunt, but whenever it's that high in the zone, leads to pop-ups, and that's a great job by White, hopping out of that circle and being able not only to make the catch, but make it almost a close play at first base.
Showing some range out of the circle.
Hey, PFP.
Here's Lindley Reen, starting shortstop for Greater Helotes Little League. And there's the slap. Now, Tatum Frisbee playing in. There are strong arms at third base, and there is Tatum Frisbee. To see her throw across the diamond is a thing of beauty. It is a cannon connected to her right side. Here's the 0-1 to Reen. Paying a lot of attention to Montez.
Right now, Texas West is just trying to get that base runner over to second base, not only to take off the double play, but also have a runner in scoring position. All Reen trying to do right now is make this defense work. I I think Texas West coming together, you could feel the energy and the momentum from the offense from the very first swing that we saw this game, but they are looking to be maybe a little bit more aggressive. We've seen them come out swinging harder, faster, earlier in those counts.
Where's jersey number 24? Because she was born on Christmas Eve. And there is a sword from White. Now, it's dueling swords with Avery Cox and Harmony White with the strikeout celebration.
She knows her slapper. She's already gotten a strikeout against him, and the barrel extending the zone, being able to get that chase, that is huge to shut down that momentum. 2 back-to-back outs. Like you said, she's taking the sword right back.
She's like, that's my move. Here's Zoe Cavazos. First pitch ball. Loves ramen.
I love ramen too. I could eat it whether it's hot, it's cold. It's just one of those foods I could always go for.
I don't know about cold, but anytime it's hot, certainly.
I meant weather.
Okay, let's say cold noodles, I'm out. How about this? Zoe's favorite band is the Deftones. Zoe goes hard. Ramen and the Deftones, come on, man. It's like back to high school for me.
This girl's got some taste.
Certainly does.
She's also got an eye. That was a close pitch on that inside half, being able to be disciplined. Puts herself in a favorable count, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Looking for something to drive. Certainly has the capability of doing that. Comes in, and it's 3-1. All right, what are you sitting on here?
Last few pitches have been low and in, and if I know anything about White, she goes to that rise whenever she wants to get that chase, that swing and miss. I'd keep an eye out for that.
Going down off speed, so he just gets enough, and it's a full count.
And a lot of times that heat, you saw White go to that rosin, just helps soak up anything, any of those oils, any of that sweat, keeps a dry hand, so she's able to spin it and move it.
This is caught by Minor, pouncing on it. We saw the pitcher pounce on one, and the catcher gets into the act as well. Quick, like cats. Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Well, Galindo here with Nicole Mendez. Flag flying in Waco, Texas. As we head to the bottom of the third, Oklahoma has a 1-0 lead, yet they do not have a hit. However, they have drawn 4 walks, and Macy Metcalf steps back in. She was up at bat when the chaos ensued to end the second inning when Oklahoma was able to get that run. And bunts down the first base line, and a little pump throw, but then Avery Cox gets it on time for the out, and 1 down. Back to the top of the lineup in Prime Thomas.
Briley Prime Thomas, just one of those lefties. Whenever she stands into the box, you see a lot of height, has a lot of power. She's able to hit and swing. We just saw the small ball being played at the bottom half of the lineup, so that's definitely something that you have to keep an eye out for. But her favorite athlete, Bo Jackson.
Love it. Speak to my heart.
The thing about Cox is one inning to the next, she doesn't let it sit too heavy. She's able to leave it in the past and focus on what's in front of her, what's going on right now. Gone after both of these hitters.
Four of the first 10 for Oklahoma saw full counts in their at-bats. And that pitch count is now north of 60, up to 63 for Avery Cox, voted the most likely to go pro in overwhelming fashion by her teammates, Greater Helotes Little League.
Well, whenever you're a lefty and you're that tall, that's something that is on everybody's mind. But Cox, she knows she has to pitch strategically. You just saw her shake off a pitch, wants to get a different one.
Oh, coming back in a great spot. Does not get the call. She wanted it.
But I love that. As Cox, as young as she is, she's a pitcher who knows what she wants. And that is something that is so borderline. I'm tempted to swing at that as a hitter. She wanted it. You saw a little bit of a smile, but that's ownership right there.
Working away again, another full count leads to a walk, as that is the 5th Oklahoma batter to go to a full count, and that is walk number 5. This is what Tulsa National did to the field last season. They make you beat them by throwing strikes, and if you don't, it's going to be chaos on the bases. Here's Tatum Frisbee. You'll love the swing. But she's a bunter as well, right back to Cox. They advance the runner to second base, small ball in it. How about the bunt for him?
I love the bunt for him. Tatum Frisbee, I was talking to you in between the break about how much I loved her swing her first at bat. She was one of those hitters that didn't look like they were affected by the timing. But you know what? Right now in this situation, if you're Oklahoma, you want runners in scoring position, doing her job, doing what's best for the team, getting the bunt down. Yesterday, I was watching an AUSL game. It was the Talons, and they ended up getting beat on a squeeze from the Bandits. Talk about execution at the lowest level, at the highest level, at any level. Being able to execute with a hit or a bunt, it is important, and it is so, so relevant to getting those runs across the board.
Here's Riley Whited. Flew out to right. That squirms away from Rubio, allowing Briley Thomas to move up 60 feet to third base.
Cox right now, her best pitch on that lower half of the zone is just missing a little too low. But I think if she's able to adjust and bring that up, these Oklahoma hitters are going to have a hard time with her. And it's that pitch right there. She did a good job. That's what she wants to do, is just bring it up right at the knees. That's a pitch for any hitter, low and inside, that's hard to swing at.
2-1. To short. Green. High throw. Runner is safe. Oklahoma scores another, and it's 2-0, and the dance moves ensue from Riley Whited. Pinky getting it done.
This pitch is a little bit higher, and Pinky's able to get her hands around it. It's a ground ball, able to score her runner early, but as soon as she hit that ball, she was sprinting as fast as she could go. It doesn't matter if it's a ball through the infield or to an infielder running it out, and that's what saves her.
So infield single for Riley Whited. Gets an RBI for that as well, makes it 2-0.
Showing off some more of that speed. She steals over to second.
Swiping bags too.
Well, whether you're stealing second or whether you're up to hit, Arias getting her shoe tied by her dad. Got to be ready. We've seen a couple of shoe ties. You need the shoes tied for the speed.
Talk a lot about focus at this age, as this is the 0-1 from Cox to Arias. If you're Cox right now in the circle, how thrown off are you by the adorable dog once again, just roaming behind the plate?
I have to stay locked in. If I look at that dog, my attention immediately gone. See, the dog's already got a fan.
Yeah. How do you throw a strike with
You know
that beautiful pup?
You might hear from me in about 2 innings. I think I have to go do something over there.
Yeah.
You'll see me on TV behind the backstop.
Got to lock in here against the number 4 hitter, Layla Arias.
You're not right there.
Stealing the show. And that's up. Whited continues to dance at second.
There were a couple pass balls yesterday. The dog thought it was for it.
Oh,
And started chasing after it.
Ball. Hey, it's big, it's bright. Dog is probably thinking, that's the biggest, greatest tennis ball I've ever seen in my life. Why don't we have more of these at the dog park?
It's on the hunt. Look at it. It's locked in. Speaking of locked in, right now the offense for Oklahoma, they have been locked in to what is a ball, what is a strike, spoiling some of Cox's best pitches, putting them foul, making her throw them again and again.
Tough, tough, tough. That's fouled back. At-bat continues.
Jackie Rubio also being tough. That one glazed off of her thigh from that foul ball, and you can see her limping just for a second, but she gets up, gets after it. Being a catcher is one of the hardest positions on the diamond.
Oh, yeah.
Not just mentally, but physically as well.
You got to be willing to know what you're getting into. And you brought up the story yesterday on how she got into catching. It was the equipment first, right?
She had never even caught before. Her parents give her a pair of catcher's gear and they say, hey, you want to catch? Goes to coach. She hasn't even been catching for an entire year. And yet she's handling a pitcher like Avery Cox so well behind the plate.
65 and moving speeds. Man, this is a heck of an at-bat, but you could say that for this entire Oklahoma lineup. Nothing has been easy for Avery Cox after she made everything look easy a day ago. 13 strikeouts and no walks. Pitch number 80 on the way. 2-0 lead for Oklahoma. We play 6-inning games here in Little League Softball. This is the opening game for Oklahoma. Greater Helotes is 1-0 after taking down Industrial Little League, representing Texas East in day number 1. Fight continues. Tough, tough, tough.
That's where that mindset that Cox has of staying present, being present with every single pitch, that comes into handy as a pitcher whenever you're facing a whole lineup that is tough with 2 strikes.
To right field, center field, excuse me, and that is down. It is going to score Whited, and a stand-up RBI double for Layla Arias. Clutch AB. Her coaches say she always comes through when it matters the most.
Lowell, you pointed out they've seen a lot of pitches. This at-bat, that was the 9th pitch of that at-bat, just driving it deep into that right center gap. She does a good job of getting out in front. That was something we didn't see last inning from the Oklahoma lineup, was being on time. They've made a great adjustment. It'll show power and pop.
Back-to-back hits now for Whited and Arias after being no hit despite a 1-0 lead before that. Not out of the woods, it's the pitcher, Harmony White. The ace against the ace.
Harmony White's favorite players, also Jordy Fromm. Got to see her in Oklahoma at the Women's College World Series, Nebraska, going back her senior year. Just absolute competitor, and that's what we see between these two pitchers. Harmony White now hitting right now in the box, and Avery Cox on the mound.
But her favorite team on the college level, the Florida Gators. How does that happen in the state of Oklahoma? Got to work on that.
All right, let me tie this connection. Tim Walton played baseball at Oklahoma, then he made his way over to Wichita State, which is kind of close to Oklahoma, then he went to Florida. Or it just could be like me, where I love the Florida Gators because they had pretty colors.
Yeah. Look at the Gator chomp. It's always hot there. As that's away from Rubio, and Arias moves up to third. But you think about it growing up, like the reason why you pick some of these favorite teams. I mean, we would have broadcasters saying the same thing if they read our questionnaire. Like, how do you get to that answer? Why that team? And sometimes it's as simple as because they look cool.
Because it's pretty, and I'm a girl.
And you're not going to argue against it. That's also low, and this will allow Oklahoma to score a 4th run as Arias comes around after that stand-up double.
Every single run for Oklahoma has come with 2 outs. They have been not only tough with 2 strikes, but tough with 2 outs. If you're able to keep a pitcher out there long innings, being able to benefit.
And there is a sword from Cox. She gets the strikeout to end the 3rd inning, but Oklahoma gets 3 more across. It's a 4-0 lead for Oklahoma as we go to the 4th here in Waco.
Welcome to the Little League Softball World Series.
This is as big as the event has ever been.
12 strikeouts tonight.
Find the glove!
It is out of here!
The competition has definitely elevated. The best is yet to come.
Little League Softball World Series beginning August 2nd, and that's the dream of all the girls that come to regional competition to get to that point. Not the necessary goal of all these teams. The goal is the experience, have fun, but along the way, if you can get hot like these teams have before and win the Southwest Regional and then go to the Little League Softball World Series and win it all, why not? Make the most of it. Midway has been the most frequent to do that from just down the road. Hewitt, Waco in this area. They have won the Southwest region 4 times before going on to win the Little League Softball World Series. All right, we got the wristband now. Got to make sure that Palmer Minor's good to go with Harmony White, who's throwing up zeros. Has allowed one hit. That was off the bat of Aubrey Montez, but Texas West was not able to scratch anything across. As Peyton Oliveras is up for the third time in this Southwest Regional. Collects rubber ducks. Why not?
I feel like she's going to be a Jeep owner in the future.
I am a Jeep owner, and that took some getting used to when the rubber ducks would show up on your vehicle. Like, what is going on? And then why is everybody waving at me when I drive?
Do you keep the rubber ducks?
My daughter makes me, yes.
There we go. They would have a lot in common.
Yeah. Yo-2 putting it in play and foul territory into the mitt of Minor.
Just being able to work out ahead. I think that's the biggest difference that we've seen today is White has been so good at attacking early and getting these hitters into her counts where she's able to throw pitches like that one where as a hitter, I feel like I have to swing. I don't want the bat taken out of my hands and I have to be disciplined and swing.
And it's not necessarily been overpowering the strikeout number, a relatively tame 4 for Harmony White. But anything that's put in play, it's not hard contact. So fantastic job missing barrels. This is Celia Montemayor. And that's off Palmer Minor.
Seen a lot of foul balls from both of these teams today, and it's just those pitches that they're just missing. Helotes for Texas West. Pitch hard to take on that. Being able to decide, all right, Harmony White has been throwing up in the zone, low and in, and then that nasty, nasty off speed. Which one do I want to go after? Because if I try to go after all of them, I'm going to be on time for none of them.
And then if you get that pitch, how do you do something with it? Easier said than done, right? There's strikeout number 5 for Harmony White.
Hard to do something with this pitch. Harmony White going low and away. Haven't seen that from her too often. Such a great job just expanding her zone, making these hitters have to work all over. And the classic celebration. I love that passion. 5 strikeouts on the day.
Here is Blakely Escaleta, tremendous athlete. Played every sport that her middle school offered this past year.
I think something that comes from it, it's definitely a family thing. Her grandmother was a professional swimmer for France. So being able to compete, it definitely runs in the blood, but I mean, take your pick. You got softball, track, cross country, volleyball, basketball, flag football, and soccer. She's training for the Olympics. She doesn't know it.
It's just the hardest part is picking what sport, right? She says what she is looking forward to the most is hitting a home run. That's the next step for Blakely, the over-the-fence home run. Here's a 2-1. Chop foul, and it's 2-2.
I think your first home run as a hitter, it's something that you always remember. Whether you knew it was out as soon as you hit it off the barrel or you're sprinting around the bases like I was and your coach is like, slow down. No matter what, that feeling is just the best feeling ever. Who knows, she may get it here this regional.
Certainly athletic enough. Here's a full count. elevated and swinging through it. Back-to-back strikeouts to wrap up the top of the fourth for Harmony White. It's 4-0 Oklahoma. We can talk about some great players that have come out of Oklahoma, like this one. Goose Hutchins had a 2-run bomb in 2021. Oh, how about getting the rip to center field off the scissor list? Come on now. And get this, early enrollee, so reclassified to start her career early with your former head coach, Patty Gasso at OU.
There she is. Former Little Leaguer, Goose Hutchins. You knew she was going to be a stud. We saw it in that clip, her home run trot. Whenever she was about to touch home, I'm like, this is a pro. Goose has done this before. Decides to graduate a year early, and she says, I'm going to head up to Oklahoma, see if I can't get a couple of home runs.
Couple of home runs? Come on.
Kendall Wells, come on.
One of the great freshman seasons of all time. And Kendall seems like she's kind of has that like loose, relaxed personality.
Like pals.
Yep. Patty Gasso was telling me she could not figure it out, but everybody on the team wanted to be travel roommates with Kendall Wells. And she was like, what are you talking about? She's a freshman. Why do you want to room with her? But there's something about that personality, apparently, that people gravitate to.
Absolutely. And Kendall Wells is just one of those athletes where she's just so fun to watch, but even more fun to be around. So Goose, who knows, they may end up being travel buddies all season this upcoming 2027 season for the Sooners.
And that's the cool thing also about watching this level, that it seems like in the future we're going to be saying the name Avery Cox on the college level at some point, if that's the path that she so chooses to pursue. And there's certainly some star talent here that you can start projecting and thinking that they have long futures in this game. That's fouled out of play right side from Palmer Minor, who's been busy behind the plate as the starting catcher for this Tulsa National Little League squad. Another full count. So 6 full count for Oklahoma hitters. Oh, smacked right off Cox. And that was a barrel. Minor with a single off the deflection of Avery Cox, and she's on for the second time.
Talks last inning, the adjustment Oklahoma has been able to make, that barrel out in front. And whenever you have a pitcher throwing that hard with that kind of velocity, as soon as that barrel makes contact, it is going to ricochet straight back. Great job by Cox being able to deflect, but able to be safe over at first, and that is how you want to start off an inning.
3 of the last 4 Oklahoma hitters with hits, and that bunt goes straight to Cox. Thought about second base for a moment, but fires to first for the out. Sack bunt there from Cameron Helton. Puts Minor in scoring position.
That's been pretty much the game plan for Oklahoma. Every time they get a base runner on, we have seen them go to that small ball and try and get that runner over to second base. Why? Second base, love to call it the golden bag. If you get a runner on second base with less than 2 outs, odds are you're probably going to score them. There is high potential.
Falls in the hands of Jaylee Littlejohn at this moment. She struck out her first time up. What are you seeing from Cox now? 97 pitches into her outing.
She's been going deep into these counts, and that's what's hurt her the most, is not necessarily how many pitches she's thrown, but how many pitches to every single batter. Whenever I'm a hitter and I'm able to see a pitcher throw 5 or 6 pitches, and then I see it again the next at-bat, and again the next at-bat, I'm familiar with what they're throwing, and I'm able to make an educated guess as a hitter and go, okay, I'm going to swing on the outside half, or she throws a lot of inside to me. I think I'm going to look inside and try and hit something there. So Oklahoma, they just have the advantage as far as numbers.
Now trying to keep her confidence up as she is pitching on once again a hot day, which these girls are used to in the state of Texas. Pitching against a team, as you mentioned, making every pitch difficult, and is widely regarded as the team to beat here in Waco. Pitch 100. In there for a strike. Cox with the sword. And strikeout number 4 for Avery Cox.
Avery Cox, just every inning, she has been able to get to these 2 outs so quickly, goes up and in right at that belt line, and just so efficient with that screwball whenever she's able to keep it in that strike zone. Walks, you take those away, and this game is so competitive. Like you said, 4 strikeouts already on the day.
And she's hanging tough. I mean, that is the epitome of a warrior right there, giving it her all. As we see, Littlejohn comes in to run for Palmer Minor. You can run for your catcher with 2 outs, and with Littlejohn the last out, she takes Minor's spot at second base. Here's Brecken Boyle, her first at-bat since she came crashing home and was tagged out trying to score a second run for Oklahoma in their second inning rally. How do you know 100 digits of pi and you're a national champ wrestler? That's unfair.
It is unfair. Brecken Boyle, she can do it all. Multiple sports. She's got the brains. She's got the hair. I mean, look at that. That hair is long. She's got 5, 6 bubbles in there. She's set.
Is the bubble count a thing?
Oh, yeah.
This is grounded back to Cox, who makes the play on time. We'll get back to the bubble count and talk at some point. Let's go to the 5th inning. Oklahoma leading in their opener here in Waco 4-0.
one pitch at a time. No matter how big the game is, concentrate on the job that needs to be done. Focus, breathe, appreciate the moment, because tomorrow will be here soon enough. So be present and live life one pitch at a time.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Day number 2 of the Southwest Regional. Oklahoma had yesterday off. They look sharp in their Waco debut. Harmony White, 4 innings, 6 strikeouts. She's allowed 1 hit to Aubrey Montez. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma, they broke through in the 2nd inning. An 0-2 count with the bases loaded. Wild pitch allowed a run to score. It was Palmer Minor. And then in the 3rd, followed up with a few hits. Riley Wooded and Hannah Layla Arias with the big blows to add a few more. And it's a 4-0 lead for Oklahoma. What's the story for you in this one, Nicole?
I think the story has been patience and discipline. Offensively, both of these pitchers are great pitchers, but offensively, the biggest difference that I have seen is Oklahoma has been making Avery Cox work. They have been very patient at the plate, but also disciplined. If a pitch is close, they're going to be able to foul it off, be able to battle.
Well, Texas West will try to get something going with the lineup, and this is the player that can do that. She's battled in the circle. Avery Cox with the lone home run in this Southwest Regional. A blast to left field yesterday to get Greater Helotes Little League on the board. Harmony White has been a tough customer in the circle, though. Oh, this is ripped. To right field and gone! Avery Cox got another one.
Look at this celebration. Avery Cox, a 2-way player, 2 games, 2 home runs, and of course, we get the sword. Fly that flag. Texas West Helotes says we are not done yet. She takes a pitch, a mistake from White over the middle of the plate and sends it deep into right center field. Just an absolute bomb, no doubter.
Put that swing in the Louvre. That was beautiful, and that was smoked.
All game long, we've talked about these 2 pitchers being such competitors. So far, we've seen White take most of these hitters and being able to dominate them. Avery Cox said, not this time around. Her 2nd time up to the plate. She takes the very first pitch and sends it deep.
There's Jackie Rubio looking at strike 1. And this is not a hitter-friendly park. These fences are deep, especially for this age. And that ball was blasted. We did not have an over-the-fence home run in this regional last year. We got 2 this year off the bat of Avery Cox. Electricity in that bat. And that's a moment. We don't know how this run is going to go for Greater Helotes Little League, but Avery Cox is going to remember that forever. Her teammates are going to remember that forever. Here's the 0-2 from Harmony White, trying to get back on track.
Well, this dugout exploding. You can hear after taking that ball to take it to 1 and 2, the corn doing its job, the flag flying proud. It looks like there's a piece of corn missing. Maybe the key is to get a bite of the corn. I don't know.
That's going to turn into popcorn with this heat pretty soon. The rally corn is out. I guess you could say I'm a little corny myself. Dad jokes. Dad jokes.
Whatever it is, and softball's such a game of momentum, and take it and run with it. Because if you can keep that kind of energy and intensity, not only is Harmony White going to feel that pressure, that defense going to feel that pressure of the energy, but also it gives momentum. It helps you stay so locked in. I mean, just listen to him.
This is awesome. 2-2 to Jackie Rubio. Oh, full count. Tables have turned. It was Oklahoma working the full counts against Avery Cox. Now after that Cox home run, Greater Helotes Little League working the full count against Harmony White. Still plenty of work to do. Hit well out of play. And when you think of timing, we play 6-inning games here at the Little League softball level. So counting outs if you are Harmony White. Texas West chasing 3. Pitch number 60. And that misses low. And there's the walk by Rubio.
I think it's safe to say that something has been unleashed inside that dugout.
I think her name's Bailey Cox. I think that was Avery Cox's little sister that was doing the sword.
I love it.
Oh.
As big of a momentum shifter Avery Cox's home run was, I have to say, Jackie Rubio going from being down in the count, battling, and to draw that walk, that is a huge moment.
Now, I mentioned Bailey Cox. Let's go back to yesterday, the home run from Avery Cox as we add some elote to the dugout.
Gotta make sure.
We got backups. Someone went to HEB. So here's the home run yesterday from Avery Cox. And when she comes home and crosses the plate, look at her sister. Almost takes her head off. That's Bailey Cox. That's who it was in the dugout, by the way, doing the sword.
Just momentum, energy, fired up. I love it. In the moment, too, Avery Cox probably didn't even feel it. She was, or the adrenaline was going.
And it's probably used to little sister bouncing off her. Off the bat of Trevino to right field for the first out. Here's Bailey Cox, a wild animal trying to get up. Let's go. I'm a fan.
She needs to cool off a little bit. It's been hard work in the dugout this inning. She's got to reset, refresh.
I'd love to have one of those GPS trackers on her, like the catapult system that we use on the college level. See how much energy that she has expended in the dugout climbing the fence.
Oh, yeah.
It's a type of teammate that you want it. And I think what happened with the corn, I think they were rattling the fence so much, the corn just fell off. That's a problem. Fixable, but a problem. Here's Kennedy White. She's been finding barrels. 2 for 2 in the first game and a ground out shortstop and her first at bat here.
And her contact on that ground out, it was pretty hard. She knew exactly what she was getting. It just didn't quite get the angle. Second time through, being able to make that adjustment.
Called strike, and it's 1-2. Greater Helotes Little League trying to capitalize on the momentum after that blast from Avery Cox. Harmony White trying to get settled in as she was the dominant force in the circle for this regional run a year ago. And she's back. Harmony White's fired up. There's a strikeout, number 7 now.
So after a lot of momentum from Texas West, White comes back, gets the strikeout for out number 2, and you can see how fired up she is. She knows that if she's able to shut down this team, this inning, right when it felt like they had the most rally, team's going to be able to go back into that dugout with some momentum.
I like how this game is playing out. It's heated. It's a little chippy. Neither team is crossing the line. That's what it should be. Oh, is that a first strike sword from Harmony White? We're getting closer to the line. Not crossing it yet. Here's the 0-1. And that is off the glove of Hilton. And Briseño is safe. And that will bring the tying run to the plate here in the top of the 5th. And Bailey Cox is still going nuts.
I love the fact that I get to talk about all these lefties and this great placement and all the small ball. Briseño does such a great job with this slap. It is placed right over the head of White. She's not able to get there in time. That was a great effort over there at second base by Helton. But that is landed perfectly in no man's land. It's able to drop down on the ground, and now Texas West threatening. They have that runner on that golden bag, something they've been chasing all game long.
Cuevas has some power, and that is high over the head of Esmeralda Cuevas. This game is fun. Fan of the Hunger Games is Esmeralda. Big cut.
I don't know about you, but it felt like White had a little bit more zip with these last 2 pitches. The intensity, whenever that game gets so competitive and the intensity goes up, a lot of times you'll see pitchers go up a mile or 2. Speaking about intensity going up.
We just lost the shades.
She's like, these got to come off. I'm locking in.
We just hope they're not prescription. Here's the 1-1. Do you go back to the shades?
No. Right now, White just doing such a good job. You look at that pitch, just want to go. It was a swing and miss, up and in at the zone. Then the very next pitch, she goes down and away. That is why you see those numbers so efficient.
Yeah, Harmony White barking. No sword, but a strikeout. However, Greater Helotes Little League gets on the board with this missile from Avery Cox.
Avery Cox just knows what she is looking for. Trying to get the job done again in the circle, coming back.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. 4-1, Oklahoma with the lead over Texas West. Find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use hashtag LLWS. Also a shout out to all the amazing people here in Waco, Texas that helped put on this regional. Everybody's a volunteer, the coaches, the umpires have done a tremendous job. And by the way, the grounds crew is unmatched. These fields are pristine and as good as it gets. And if you know anything about Texas summers, keeping a field to look like that in mid-July, late July, that is not easy to do.
Dads all over the country tuning in are going, all right, I got to take some notes.
They're going, look at those lines.
Hands on the hips for sure.
How do I get rollers to do something like that? Bella Hood down 0-2 against Avery Cox. Collects Disney backpacks. It's a good collectible to have. Cox looking for the strikeout on pitch 107. And that's what Tulsa National has done all day long. Just fight with 2 strikes, foul balls to the right side, and it's working.
One thing that Cox has done really well consistently all game long, the score might not reflect it, the pitch count might not reflect it, but she has gotten 2 outs within 3 batters every single inning. And then after that, it's that 3rd out that has been so tough for her to get. Did such a good job, I feel like, last inning of really honing in and being able to finish off that 4th inning. And then she steps up very first pitch, sends a nuke out to right center, and she says, okay, let's lock in. Here we go.
To the right side and through. Bella Hood, fantastic at bat. She was down 0-2 and comes up with a leadoff single. Give her the gummy.
Give her the gun. Give her 2.
2? Okay.
For this type of at-bat, letting it get deep, not trying to pull it, but sending it. This is a pitch tight on the inside half, and all she has to do is get to extension. Gets that barrel through enough to send it through that 3-4. And I feel like Oklahoma just passing the bat so well time and time again.
Oh, off the mask of Jackie Rubio.
That one fouled right back. Not surprised Oklahoma going to the bunt. Every single time they've gotten a runner on first, they've gone to the bunt.
You see Jackie slap herself on the mask? Like, yeah, it works. I'm good. I'm a tough girl.
We were talking about catchers, and it takes a special person to be catcher. You have to be tough. You have to be gritty. You got to be a little crazy, too.
Yeah.
You got to have a little bit of crazy in you, and I love that from Rubio. Slaps herself on the mask and says, come on, let's go.
And in this heat, all that gear, I mean, you were losing LBs in the middle of the summer every time you put on that gear.
He was a catcher for 1 inning in 8U.
1 inning?
1 inning.
Went that well, huh?
I said, never again, it's too hot.
Did you really tap out?
I did.
That is awesome. High heat, Cox with the strikeout. Number 5 for her, coming off a 13 strikeout performance. Double elimination format, so even if Texas West drops this one, they'll stick around for at least another day. And still should be a force in the Southwest Regional. East Bank Little League, the All-Stars representing Louisiana, looked very good in a run-roll win to open up against New Mexico.
One thing that I feel like we haven't talked about enough, though, is this is Oklahoma's first game here in this regional. This is Texas West's second. Both have been at around the same time, but that heat and that pitch count get to her.
And that gets away from Rubio. And Bella Hood's going to move up to second. A much better start for Oklahoma than a year ago when they lost to Sterlington. And extra innings, also a team out of Louisiana. They were defeated, the Sterlington Little League All-Stars, in the state tournament in Louisiana by the East Bank All-Stars this season. And another shot through the right side. The throw home, and Hood is retreating to second base. And there's a knock for Briley Prime Thomas.
Another ball down in that 3-4 hole. But I'll tell you what, Esmeralda Cuevas, yesterday we saw her diving. That ball just slipped out of her glove out there in right field. Right now, just a fantastic throw to hold up the runner at third, saves her team a run. She's been lockdown defense out there in right field.
Tatum Frisbee. Last time up, you wanted to talk about her swing, she bunted. Let's talk about the swing this time. Don't bunt, coach.
At least give me a couple pitches. But we've started to see Oklahoma get those solid hits, 2 through that 3-4 hole. But I really think that this was the first hitter that I saw in this Oklahoma lineup from Tatum Frisbee who felt like she was on time. Being able to get that timing off a pitcher who is throwing 63, 65 miles an hour from 40 feet, not an easy thing to do, but her hands are just lightning fast.
Case in point to left field. That is down. 1 run scores. Here comes a second. Thomas scores. And Oklahoma extends the lead to 6-1. Tatum Frisbee driving in 2. She can play.
Case in point, we have seen those inside pitches being hit inside out, still not 100% on time. Tatum Frisbee, she takes this one down the line. She's able to pull it. That is how fast her hands are. Just gets him through and clears it of her body, just getting to extension. 2 more, again, for Oklahoma. Feels like they've really let the bats fly.
Wide at first pitch swinging, and that's caught by Briseño at second base for the second out. This also has to be a big boost for Oklahoma, just with the psyche. They can tell themselves, we won it all a season ago, and we're even better because we're getting the pitching and defense. We have the plate discipline. We're drawing the free passes, but now we're hitting. We're finding barrels. They did not do that last year.
That was something, whenever we got to talk to the coaches, they loved the fact that a lot of these girls from a year ago to today went home and said, we want to be better. This is something I want to do. They started working out. Obviously, the growth spurts hit, but there's a lot of practice that they put in to put themselves in this position here today, this year. And
that not satisfied attitude came off a 3rd place finish at the Little League Softball World Series. I mean, that is a great, memorable run, but not good enough. To the girls. How powerful is it, though, when that is motivation from the inside, and it's not a mom or a dad or a coach that's calling for more?
Oh, it's huge, because as a player, when you know you have more left in the tank, it leaves a taste in your mouth that you don't like. That feeling, you don't ever want to feel that again. So you're more motivated those days where, man, I don't want to go out and practice. It's hot or it's cold. You find a way to do it. A couple of these girls, they're working out together. So being able to have not just that fuel, that fire inside your own belly, but have those teammates that live right down the road from you saying, hey, let's go hit. Hey, let's go work out. It's so special.
Harmony White, sensation in the circle. Yet again. She plays flag football.
With the addition of flag football in 2028, I feel like a lot more athletes are starting to play flag football, being able to compete in it. And I just think that being able to be in more than one sport is so important whenever you're this age, whenever you're this young. As you get older, you specialize and kind of hone down on 1 or 2, but try out all the sports. Not only does it make you a better athlete overall, but it's just fun, man.
Only get to be a kid for so long when your life is just, hey, what sport am I going to play tomorrow? So make the most of it. Then if you're lucky enough, you get a job and you just talk about sports all day.
Exactly. So. Whose idea was it?
Yeah.
I'd like to say thank you to that person.
Uh-huh. Here's the 1-2 from Avery Cox to her pitching counterpart, Harmony White. And Cox with the strikeout. We'll go to the 6th inning, and Texas West needs 5 to extend the game. Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Oklahoma was the youngest team in the Southwest Regional a year ago. Same squad from Tulsa National Little League. Their manager, Jonathan Arias, told us coming into the regional, just wanted to make a little bit of noise and set up a run for this year, 2026. Well, along the way, they figured out quickly that they were pretty dang good. Won it all here in Waco. Propelled them to a 3rd place finish at the Little League Softball World Series in Greenville. And they are once again the team to beat. This is their debut game, 2026 here at the Southwest Regional. Didn't play yesterday and have not missed a beat. A 6-1 lead over Texas West as we are in the top of the 6th. Noel Galindo here with Nicole Mendez. Little League Softball, we play 6 innings. So now Texas West down to its final 2 outs as Montez rounds out the 2nd.
We talked last inning about just all the work and the effort and the time that you put in, but nothing beats the feeling of whenever you get to be back on this stage and you're back a year later and you know you're about to make this run again, trying to get back to the Little League World Series in Greenville. That feeling of all your hard work paying off. You look at the run production that Oklahoma has been able to put up. Just nothing better than that feeling as an athlete.
Bailey Cox says her favorite thing about Little League is playing with her big sister, Avery Cox.
If I were playing with her, I would say my favorite thing is just seeing how much energy and joy and love for the game that she has.
There's big sister, Avery. Big cut, a little late. Man, you talk about an energy. Bailey Cox was bringing it in the dugout, an energizer. We saw her climbing the fence, and this is awesome to see big sister cheering her on, supporting her, both with very bright futures in this game. Here's the 2-2. One down here in the top of the 6th. Gets a piece of that, and it's fouled off.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the fact that you get to play with your sibling and you get to be with her all summer long, both make it onto the All-Star team, both get the opportunity to make a run, trying to get to the Little League World Series. But those memories, they're going to look back on that for years.
That one is elevated and popped out to Helton over at second base. 2 down. So Oklahoma 1 out away from wrapping up an opening win, something they were not able to do in this regional a year ago, as they became only the 4th team in Southwest Regional history to lose an opening game and then win the regional. The corn is hot. Lindley Ream slaps it foul left side.
Let's go, kid. Finish strong.
Reese Atwood, Tegan Kavan, our favorite athletes.
Safe to say she's a Texas fan through and through, but those two athletes are so good, so fun to watch. Texas, they actually got nominated for an ESPY. So a little bit of a reunion for that national championship softball team.
Mentioned it yesterday, but this matchup on the college level, Texas and Oklahoma, the flagship universities for both of those states. Those are the teams that have combined for the past 6 national titles and are the 2 premier programs now, it appears, in college softball. And Harmony White wraps it up with a strikeout, celebrating like she did when Tulsa National Little League won it all a season ago. This is just the first step on a quest to repeat for Team Oklahoma. So 9 strikeouts for Harmony White. That matches her single game high. And last year's Southwest Regional, now Oklahoma has added some offense to it. Look out, everybody else.
Harmony just being able to do what she does best, and that is throw the ball to all quadrants of the strike zone. She goes up, she goes down, she goes in, she goes out. Oh yeah, and she has an off speed. That was a huge factor to the 9 strikeouts that you saw today. And then her offense, talk about having your pitchers back. They came through big time. I think it's safe to say that they are pumped to be back. If Harmony White has anything to say about it, they're ready to get going here in this regional.
Free and easy as well, having fun with it. 6 hits, they draw 6 walks, and able to put up a 6 spot on Texas West. So double elimination format. Texas West is still alive. They'll come back and play tomorrow in the early game. Our next game coming up is Texas East against New Mexico. So that will start in about an hour right here in Waco, Texas. For Nicole Mendez, I'm Lowell Galindo. Thank you so much for watching Little League Softball Southwest Regional from Waco.